Spain is filled with show-stopping arts, culture, and food. Welcome to Hungry for Travel TV. I'm Carol Yelverton. We're making a gorgeous seafood dish and a luscious Spanish rice pudding, just some of the exquisite cuisine you'll find there. With so much to offer, you're going to fall in love with Spain.
Hi, I'm Debbie.
Hi, my name is Jordan.
Hi, my name is Jewel. I'm an actress from New York and I adore Spain.
I love Spain.
I am a lover of Spain.
The museums in Spain, of course, are, world-renowned. The architecture of the buildings is so gorgeous.
The history, the food, the wine, the music.
Art, and design, and culture.
The weather. Oh my God, it's always sunny.
It feels like you've skipped centuries and you're in another time. It's super historical.
I couldn't believe where I was. It was like a movie set.
I loved the people in Spain. They're just so nice and friendly.
People are outstanding and so warm.
And they look good. They dress really nice.
Everybody was very happy. Everybody was outside.
I could just be walking along the street and a cafe owner would welcome me in and tell me what to eat and what to drink. And then they'd recommend a show for us to see or a museum to go to.
Traveling in Spain is amazing.
It's actually really easy to maneuver.
Whether you were going to a different town by train or by bus, it was really convenient.
The trains go so fast. The seats are really nice. The windows are huge. It's so affordable.
And easy to get around and easy to function.
I found our accommodations are really beautiful. It felt like a very rustic, old European feel.
I love the beaches in Spain.
The swimming is great.
The views are so stunning.
Beautiful clean water. And I remember swimming once with a little baby octopus.
Traveling to Spain is the best way to practice your Spanish.
Speaking Spanish was a challenge, but it was also really fun.
The Spaniards are always so patient and they always help you out.
They really helped you make choices if you didn't know exactly what some items were.
If you don't know any Spanish, there's a few words that you should probably know, like por favor.
Otra cerveza.
Comida, which is food, and bebida, which is drink. That's it.
Spain is for everybody. You can go with your family or with your friends.
I went with a girlfriend and it was really fun for a girls trip, but it's also a super romantic place. You could go with like your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend.
You can go alone and you feel fine.
I would recommend going to Spain for maybe 1 or 2 weeks.
I'd say 2 weeks.
At least a week.
There's so much culture and so much art to see that you definitely have to give yourself enough time.
And you're gonna be going all over the place.
I would love to go back to Spain.
Once you go to Spain, you'll never want to come home.
Please send me back to Spain.
Bueno, nos vemos en España.
Lots of fun there. Doesn't everyone love tapas? Those small plates with all kinds of luscious foods and you just kind of take little bits and pieces of lots of different things and try them. I have a recipe for you that's one of my favorites. It's a Mussels Vinaigrette, super simple to make and so much fun to eat. Basically, I've got a pound of mussels here that I've washed. I have them with some water, not a lot of water on the bottom, but just a little bit of water. And then I cover that and I'm going to bring that up to a pretty high heat for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to lower it down, and basically I'm just going to let it go for about, 8 to 10 minutes until it's all done. And as you can see from the pot over here, I think something's ready to go here. So I have some steamed mussels here, and I just want to show you what they look like when they're all set. So these have opened beautifully, and they're so nice. And all you do is you just kind of spoon them out like that, and you let them cool a little bit. And then once they're cool, we're going to be ready to make our vinaigrette. Let me show you how we do that, okay? Very simple. I have olive oil, lemon juice, fresh capers. And fresh capers are so different from bottled capers because they're brighter. If you like that salty, wonderful taste of capers, you're going to love fresh capers. I get mine at Whole Foods. If you can find them, wherever you can find them, grab them when you can get them because they're super luscious. I also have some roasted red pepper, the kind you get in a jar. It's got a nice smoky flavor to it. I'm going to throw that in. And on top of that, I have some paprika, and I'm going to put that in too, just a hint, because paprika is also a pepper, and it's also kind of got a smoky element to it. And so that's all going to really complement the mussels in this wonderful way. Got some salt. Put that in. And then we're going to add some crunchiness with some chopped green peppers and some chopped scallions. And that, my friends, is it. We just stir this together. And then what we do is when the mussels are ready and nice and cooled, You can see I've just kind of taken some out of the shell already. And I'm going to take this out. So you can see, just separate it like that. And then I like to arrange them like this because I'll be plating them and I'll have them all in order. And this recipe is literally as simple as mixing our vinaigrette together. I'm just going to grab a spoon here. And we just are going to put a little bit of this vinaigrette on each mussel. And you can chill it if you'd like, or you can just serve it at room temperature, either way, and it's delicious. So here's a finished look at a whole plate of our mussels. I just want you to get a sense of what this looks like. You have a wow factor on your hands here, don't you? This bed of lettuce, these little ribbons of lettuce, they add so much brightness to the presentation. And the flavors are a lock. The subtle smoky flavors of the paprika and roasted red peppers, they're just right there with the mussels. They taste so good together. We've got the crunch factor with the scallions and the green pepper, and the capers and lemon are just kicking it all together. It's a great dish, and it's one of those dishes when your friends have it, everybody's going to love it. So this is just one of so many delicious dishes you'll find in Spain. Everywhere you go, it's an adventure in gastronomy. Now here is one of my favorite Spanish dishes. It's a beautiful dessert. It's rice pudding, arroz con leche. This is the original rice pudding, and you'll find it, of course, in countries around the world and Spanish cultures around the world. And so let me show you how it starts here. And this is a really rich, creamy, delicious rice pudding. And it happens because we use a special kind of rice, and also we cook the rice in milk, which means the milk just gets totally immersed into the kernels, and it's super delicious. So the rice I have right now is bamba rice, and these are very short grains of rice. As you can see, this is the kind of rice that you would use for paella as well. And so this rice will absorb 30% more liquid than typical rice. So that's why it makes it so delicious, and because it absorbs so much liquid, the rice has so much flavor, and when it's all cooked and just, a gentle bite with the creamy milk, it's really, really good. Now you can use arborio rice too, but I'd say add another cup of water as you start, because these are just fuller, kernels. They're thicker, and so you need a little more rice to get in. So I said we cook this in milk, and we do, but we start it in water. So what I've done is I've taken some of this rice and I put water in just to cover, and I've kind of cooked it down, again, stirring all the time. So you can see it's kind of here and ready. And certainly when you compare it to the kernels, you can see how much it's fluffed up already. So that's super good. That's what we want to have happen. So now we're going to be ready to add our milk. So it's going to be 2 cups of milk total, but I'm starting with warm milk, and I'm putting about a cup in. And think of this just as you would cooking risotto, where you add some liquid, and then you cook it, and you cook it, and you let it really, really cook down. So once this warm liquid is all absorbed, then I'm going to be adding a little bit more. And meantime, I'm going to put a touch of salt in. And I'm also going to add something really special and beautiful. It's a cinnamon stick. And that really just goes right into those kernels of rice. You get that beautiful infusion of cinnamon flavor, and it's so special and delicious. So this is going to cook down, cook down, cook down. And just as you saw that rice absorb the water, it's going to absorb the milk now too. So this is going to take a little while. I have it under a medium heat. The big thing is to stir, just like with risotto, because we don't want it sticking on the bottom at all. So we want to keep track of it. So once the milk is all absorbed, then I'm going to add the rest of the milk. Now, I just wanted to mention to you too, it's very traditional to put orange and lemon rind into the pot. I think the rind, the peel, it's a little bitter because of that white pithy part of it. So I have another solution. We're going to add some zest at the end. So you'll get that orange, citrusy, lemony flavor, but you won't have any bitterness. So I'll show you how that's going to look at the end. So this is good. This is cooking up now. And what I want to do is flip pots. This is the show that's all about showing you the finished product. So this is really cooked down. 2 cups of rice is cooked down. The cinnamon has been in here. I took the cinnamon stick out, and it's just beautiful. And so now it's time to add butter. I'm going to let that cook in. I'm going to have a half a teaspoon of vanilla too, which gives it a really, really nice flavor. And then I've got just a 1/4 cup of sugar. This isn't a lot of sugar. You don't need a lot of sugar in this dish. And so then we let that all kind of come together and cook. And when that's all cooked down, and again, if you feel you need to add a little more milk, add more milk. That's fine. I just keep it warm milk so that it gets infused, but you definitely want to have this kind of a, really beautiful, creamy flavor to it. So here's our Pinterest pic. You got to see it. This is so beautiful. It is steamy and creamy and warm in all the right ways. The lemon and orange zest on the top add this lovely citrusy element, while the soft rice is filled with milky cinnamon aromas and taste. This kind of makes everything right with the world. It's the absolute definition of comfort food. Before we go, I have one more thing I'd like to show you. If you're looking for something quick and delicious and very Spanish, this little tapa is an absolute staple. I hope you've enjoyed our little look at Spain. It's been so much fun to make this food and create these recipes, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being with us on Hungry for Travel TV. I'm Carol Yelverton. Until I see you next time, stay hungry for travel.